Hello, everybody. Welcome to Chuck's Feesh, or welcome back to Chuck's Feesh, whichever. Just to do another walkthrough with you guys. We'll start off down here at the community slash retirement tank. I had to switch pumps on it because the last one just stopped producing bubbles completely. This one's struggling too as well. I might have to move it, I guess. I don't know why it's different than it was before. It used to do just fine. Either way, this tank is for my breeders and leftovers from other tanks. And blue shrimp, as you can see. The anubias plants in here have just been allowed to go wild. There's 2, 3, maybe 4 different types in here. I don't remember anymore. I do not fertilize. I just feed and let the fish do it all. I ran out of fertilizers a long time ago. I used to use them. These are my Celestial Pearl Daniel breeders. They've become quite shy. Not quite sure why, but they have their days. I have 2 tanks of them because they're very, very good sellers. And I've been breeding CPDs for a few years now. It's actually the reason I got into all of this. When I first bought this house, I had a little 10-gallon of CPDs and orange shrimp. And they all had babies. I got a bigger tank. They all had babies again. I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with all these fish? And I found out you can sell them online. So that's what I started doing. When fish sell out of a tank, I let the shrimp take over. They go wild. They make babies. And then they take over. It gives me a whole new colony of that colored shrimp. And when I do put fish back in here, they have natural food as much as they like. This one's the same way. The lights are a little strong, so the tanks start to turn green. I do 50% water change on most of them, 25 on some of the other ones, like this one. I sold all of the fish out of here and then realized that the food was just building up because I wasn't paying attention. And there was almost no shrimp in here. So I put a few buried oranges in here with some of the better looking males that I can find. And I'll let them redo it all. I will clean that up, obviously. We have been we're still getting eggs and fry, but not a lot because the weather keeps changing. We'll go from 60 degrees and then drop back down to 20 degrees. So they're a little confused because I don't use filters or heaters here. But you can see there is a fry right there. That's a Celestial Pearl Daniel. There's one in here. We're just not getting a ton. You can't really see in there. Too much algae. But everything else is doing normal. These are my yellow fork-tail rainbow fish. I'm not sure which pseudomogil they are, but they're doing fantastic. They only like to breed down here. They don't do floating mops or anything else, as you can see right there. She's going down to put her eggs down in there. They're never anywhere on that mop except for down underneath the rock. I've given them options for other ways to do it. They just aren't interested. Minnow babies. These are yellowfin white cloud mountain minnows that we can't focus on. And even smaller ones. I was separating them every 2 weeks when I pull, because I pull once a week. Like CPDs, I have to separate every 2 weeks because the older ones will eat the smaller ones. These guys don't seem to give a crap at all, and they don't eat each other. So I'm putting a full month in the bowl. Saves me space. This is what they will grow up to look like. I did get 2 of them in November, I believe, right here. They've grown up quite well. And I have Daisy's blue rice fish that are the same age, just about. They're same size, same age, so they grow up together. This rack is all red shrimp, much like the last one was orange shrimp. They do the same things. These are cull CPDs. They have back issues, tail issues, or like this little guy, some swim bladder issues and everything else. They're still healthy fish. They just have something wrong that they can't be sold as high quality. So I give other people a chance to give them a home as well. More reds. They do the same thing over here. I like to just make sure I have lots of colonies of shrimp just in case I oversell or if something goes wrong with the tank. Moving on, I have moved the shrimp tanks up there because apparently I didn't level this shelf when I finished it. I could have sworn I did, but it leans a bit down in the front. I didn't think it would bother me, but it does. So I moved them all up here. Now all the water levels are level, and I'm going to finish that next Monday. But I did start all the new colonies up here. Well, 2 new colonies. The others are older. I started blues over here. Only got about a dozen in there right now. Sorry for the quality on these. I just got done moving these tanks, so they're all still very messy. Oranges, reds, and yellows. These are going to be no fish. These are just shrimp colonies. Down here, I'm going to have other stuff, not here yet. I haven't even ordered yet. The yellow fork-tail rainbows. I have some luck with their babies, but not much. I get about 5 to 9 eggs a week. I've had 5 hatch so far, and I only have 2 left. So I got to figure out what I'm doing wrong there. There's one right at the top in the center. I'm not sure where the other one is. CPD babies are doing great. I have them over here because instead of where their parents are, I had minnows and stuff going on over there and their older siblings. These are emerald dwarf culls, same as the CPDs. Back issues, tail issues, swim bladder issues. But still healthy fish. Just can't be sold as high quality. This one is empty, and I realized all the shrimp were gone too, so I threw a handful of blue shrimp in here. Hopefully they'll enjoy all the algae and they'll take it back over. And onto the biggest inventory that I have is emerald dwarf rasboras. These guys bred like crazy, way faster than I could get them sold. So right now they are on a 25% sale, 25% off sale if you would like. They get really cool blue tiger stripes. The males, of course, are more prominent than the females, but they are super cool little fish. You can see they move around like hummingbirds. I apologize for the photo quality. I'm no photographer, and my lights are just shop lights with tape on them. They are definitely not meant for display or anything like that. These are rummy nose rasbora. I have tried getting them to breed so many different times in so many different ways, and I've had no luck. But the females look like they're swollen with eggs, and the males are definitely colored up. But I'm just not getting any eggs, so we'll have to see what happens. I'll try something different. I tried a different mop than that. Didn't work. This mop doesn't work. They're not egg layers. I guess they stick them on things like corridoras and almost like rice fish, I guess. But we've got 2 tanks of them going. There's 2 males and 3 females in each tank. We'll see what we can figure out. I would really like them to have some babies here. This whole rack, now that it's done and everything's moved off of it just about, is going to be just like that. I'm going to have 4 baby bulls, 2 breeders, and 5 grow out tanks right there. Right now, it's just the shrimp cull tank. I spent most of today doing this while those tanks were draining enough to be moved up because it takes quite a long time. So I've got a few orders of these guys up for sale if you're interested. I will put the link down in the description and in the comments. This is just green water and a couple different plants right now. I'm trying to get the water lettuce to take off because I had almost none left that wasn't infested with snails, so I threw all that away. There is Vallisneria in there too, somewhere in the back, so I have no idea what that's going to end up looking like in here. It could be dead or it could take over the whole thing. We'll see. Eventually, I think I'm going to put rice fish in there. I keep saying that, but I haven't done it yet. The ones over there are getting older, and the ones in my office are getting big enough to where I think I'm just going to move them here. And I don't like having a farm tank in my office. I would rather have like a display tank or something. The red snails, doing amazing. Also enjoying a calcium block. Calcium chew, whatever, shell, whatever you want to call them. It's calcium food. Just so they got those nice shells. This is one of the older ones ever. And you can see he is quite worn. And the one next to him too. So I separate them. I do sell culls of those as well, and I sell high quality because some of them are awesome. The yellow colony has exploded. Most of these are very young. I'd say a teenage at the most. You can see the difference in the size, like the mom's there. She's buried. She's buried. I culled a ton of these guys out today. It's a nice colored male right there. You can see the back wall is still completely covered in them. And so is the sidewall. They just love this tank. I think it's a 40-gallon, but they are doing very well. That's pretty much everything right now. I've got a few things going. Like I said, next Monday I'll loosen all that up. I gotta go get my little one from school soon. I'll level that back out. That'll be all done and good. I've put that light up today. I patched up a little part where the ventilation has moved away from itself. And since all this is painted, I put the lights all back up here. Tanks I'm not using at the moment. And next I got to move all of that stuff to this wall. And then I'm going to paint and redo everything on that wall. And once that's done, I'm going to put another rack right here. But I haven't decided yet because I don't think I want it to be like that. They stick out way too far. I think I'm just going to do 6 to 8 20 longs like that. Side by side, 2, 4, 6, 8 maybe. We'll see. And then once those two things are finally done, I'm going to use those pieces of wood to make a door there. Because when I turn the light on, I come down the stairs. On the other side is my washer and dryer, and I don't want to disturb the fish when I turn the lights on. So that is the plan. That is Chuck's Feesh for right now. That is Feesh with 3 E's. Fish was already taken by an older Chuck. Quite a long time ago. He does seafood and things like that. Not related or not a plug, but might as well go check the guy out if you're interested. This, however, is Chuck's Feesh with 3 E's. Again, I will have my website and eBay page in the description if you're interested in anything we've got selling so far. Thanks for checking everything out.